Chicken or egg, which one came first? Have we solved that mystery yet? People who are on the side of chicken, they said, well, chicken must have come first because if chicken was not there, you will never have an egg. And people on the side of egg said, well, chickens come from egg. For a chicken to be even born, there had to be an egg. If there was no egg in the beginning, there would not have been a chicken. That's how it goes with arguments with our loved ones. No, you said this first. You started it. If you didn't do this, if you didn't say this, or if you did this, or if you said that, then I would not have responded this way. You started it. I did not start it. And the other person says, you're telling me? I didn't do anything. It was you who started it. Look what you said. And the argument ensues. And in this process, at least one of them is wrong. And in most cases, both of them are wrong. Both of them get hurt. I'm talking about two loved ones. As a result, they hurt each other because they're hurt. And also they feel hurt because they see the other person hurt. And then they feel guilty because they feel somewhat responsible for hurting the other person. And then they also feel angry because I never hurt that person. Why is that person saying that I hurt that person when I did not hurt that person? Why is that person unnecessarily being hurt or feeling hurt? Why is that person blaming me for something that I did not do? And then in the process of peacemaking, again, the discussions start. Who started the fire first? Who caused the fire? Was it chicken first or egg first? And then you go over the hurt all over again. And in the process of going over the hurt, new hurts are created. New words are born, hurtful words and things are said. So the original hurt is forgotten. And the new hurt that came as a result of this chicken or egg becomes much bigger. It becomes new thing, new problem to solve, which actually is not a problem, which actually doesn't exist because it is born out of imaginary situation, even though the hurt is real on both sides. So then what do we do? How do we solve this problem? How do we so-called hang the hat of blame? This problem is unsolvable. We cannot put a blame on anyone because the original problem, the original premise has not been solved so far. The mystery is unresolved. Then we turn to mythical creatures like Adam and Eve. Did humans evolve from monkeys or did humans come to life through divine will? No one really knows. So perhaps some sort of an agreement, some sort of understanding can take place that say, listen, my original intent is not to hurt you. Let me clarify that moving forward, we don't want to hurt each other. So you have to let go of the past. That is one way of looking at it. You have to let go of the past and moving forward, come up with some rules of engagement. That, hey, when the hurtful words and actions are engaged, we remind the other person lovingly, or we move out of the situation. We say the other person will not say anything. However, you're able to resolve this, solve this, or come up with a mutually agreeable engagement or policy. Another way to look at it is to really go deep at it. It's dirty work. So that once and for all, you can see through it. You can look at the fallacy of it. You can go to the core of the problem. You can go back to the source. And usually that's where boundaries come into picture. Oh, I crossed my boundary. This is none of my business. You are a grown-up adult. I will not interfere in your business until you ask me. And these are very tough approaches because we are so used to interfering in other people's business, especially our loved ones. And we're so used to allowing our loved ones to interfere, not only interfere in our business, we expect them to interfere. We want them to interfere because that interference is looked upon as care and love, and lack of that interference is considered apathy. This is just a bit of perspective. And there are many more, I'm sure, ways of looking at it. But perhaps the most common lens is the lens of love. How would you look at the situation from the lens of love? If at least one of the two persons can take that stance, take the high road, it is guaranteed to reduce the problem at least by half, and usually significantly more. Ideally, both people will have to take the stance of love. How would love do? How would love see? How would love speak? And it can be also replaced as put a name to your high C, put your Ishtadev, put your God. What would Baba do in this situation? How would Sai do it? It sounds more complicated and difficult than actually it is. If we go back to a quiet corner instead of engaging in argumentative discussions and conversations and unloving, unkind words, we go to a quiet corner, breathe, calm ourselves down with some sort of a meditative practice, take space, take a gap, pray, and really listen, really listen, and then follow the inner voice. Which one came first, chicken or egg? My answer is neither. I love me.